The buffalo of Revelation. It is said that deep in the wild lands of the savannah, an ancient buffalo, its great horns adorned with moss and sacred fungi, wandered between worlds. It was neither beast nor spirit, but something in between. Wherever it roamed, the ground beneath its hooves flourished with sacred mushrooms, their golden caps rising from the soil like scattered stars, whispering the secrets of the web. Among the Earthkeepers of the Rift Valley, the tale was well known, a story of wisdom, renewal, and the eternal cycle. To those who sought truth, the buffalo of Revelation was a guide, revealing the lessons of the land to those willing to listen. One day, a young healer named Dain sought the wisdom of the Earthkeepers. He had spent his life curing wounds and illnesses, yet his own heart remained heavy with grief. No tincture, no salve, no remedy could ease the burden he carried within. An elder of the Earthkeepers, a wise woman of the Sand People, spoke, "Seek the wandering buffalo, and it shall guide you to what you need. But tread with reverence, for it appears only to those prepared to receive its truth." Dain ventured deep into the baobab groves, fasting and praying for 7 days. On the 8th, he found fresh tracks pressed into the earth, leading him to a sacred oasis bathed in golden light. There the buffalo of Revelation stood, its dark eyes deep with knowing. As it turned to leave, clusters of broad-capped mushrooms, golden as the rising sun, with stems that bruised the color of twilight, emerged in its wake, a living map to hidden wisdom. Understanding the gift before him, Dain harvested the fungi with reverence, chanting the sacred rites of the Earthkeepers. That night, beneath the full moon, he partook of the sacrament. His vision expanded beyond the material world. He saw his ancestors standing beside him, whispering that his sorrow was not a burden, but a lesson. He saw the great web stretching beyond time, binding all things in unity, from the mountains of Kilimanjaro to the sacred waters of the Nile. In his trance, the voice of the buffalo echoed through him. To heal the body is noble, but to heal the spirit is divine. The land does not belong to you. You belong to the land. Walk in harmony, and the mycelium shall guide your steps. The trial of the Earthkeeper. When Dain awoke from his vision beneath the full moon, the buffalo of Revelation was gone, but its tracks remained. Golden fungi still glowed in its wake, and the air hummed with unseen energy. His body felt light, yet his heart bore the weight of what he had seen. The voice of the buffalo lingered in his mind. To heal the body is noble, but to heal the spirit is divine. Dain had spent years healing wounds, mending the flesh of the sick, yet he understood now this was not enough. The land itself was sick. The people, blind to the web, had severed themselves from its wisdom. He could not return to them as he was. He had to be reborn. The trial of the rooted mind, Dain knelt before the sacred fungi, whispering a prayer of gratitude. Then he stood and followed the buffalo's tracks, deep into the untamed wilderness of the Rift Valley. For 7 days and 7 nights, he walked with no food but what the land provided, no shelter but the shade of the baobabs, no water but what he could find. He listened, not with his ears, but with his spirit. He pressed his hands into the soil and felt the web pulsing beneath. The land spoke to him in hunger. It whispered in thirst. It cried out in the bones of forgotten trees, in the rivers reduced to dust. The mycelium did not judge, but it revealed. It did not punish, but it remembered. At the dawn of the 8th day, Dain collapsed beside a hollow tree, exhausted. There, in the darkness of the trunk, a single mushroom grew, small, white, glowing faintly with the breath of the web. He reached for it, and as his fingers brushed its cap, a vision took hold. He saw a time yet to come, a world where the land lay broken, where the rivers were poisoned, where no fungi grew in the shadows. The Earthkeepers had been forgotten. The web had frayed, and no one listened to the voices in the roots. In the vision, an old woman stood upon a barren hill, her hands raised to the sky, weeping. You were warned, she whispered. You were shown the way. Dain gasped and awoke. The mushroom was gone, but its message remained. He knew now why he had been chosen. He was not merely a healer. He was a seer of the mycelium, and he had a duty to fulfill, so he pushed on.